Hello, hello, hello. Hey, friends. If you're here watching this replay, thank you so much for being here. My name is Fava Brooks. I'm a trauma recovery coach, and I love to hang out here Tuesdays and Thursdays most week with my fellow survivor thrivers, where we work our way through my book, Releasing Your Authentic Self, one day, one page at a time. And in our conversation here, when we come together, we always start with a check-in, come as you are. This is a safe place for all of you. Everything that you bring, your most authentic self is welcome here. And we chat a little bit, connect, support each other, and then we dive deep into some of the processes that we need to go through to discover our most authentic self, because sometimes it's buried deep underneath some false beliefs about ourselves. So this work is hard enough. And so doing it in the support of a loving community helps a lot. And I do believe that survivors heal faster in groups, because when we hear and see in other people the changes that we are wanting for ourselves, we actually have role models of what's possible. And we're not just then stuck with our own negative mind trying to tell us what we cannot do. So today we are talking about kindness, one of my favorite topics. I love to share my own journey with kindness because I had to be intentional about accepting that authentic part of myself, because it was deeply buried under thoughts and feelings that I was bad, and I was a bad, bad, bad person. So love to talk about this topic. So if you're here with us live today, then please say hello. Let me know that you're here so I can welcome you and check in, see how we're doing. Hey, Sue, how are you, friend? I so appreciate that you are staying up late, our UK friends. Hey, EJ. Hey, Sharon, holding space for 3 tiny babies. Oh my goodness, my friend Sharon. You and your babies are in our hearts, our minds, and our spirits, and we are sending out lots of love. Lots of love. So I'm glad you're here with us in our circle. So how are we doing, friends? Hanging in there? Just gonna put it out there. We're not talking politics. That's off the table. But you can come and talk about how you're feeling, how you're holding up. So, and just, I know there's an additional lockdown going on in some parts of our world. Our UK friends have new lockdowns going on. And just talked to some friends in Iceland today. There is lockdown there, but they're hopeful. Like today was the first day in a while where the numbers were going down instead of up. So here in Portland, Oregon, it's raining right now. I went out for my walk early this morning and it was nice and mild today. And I knew it was going to rain this afternoon. So I had breakfast and out the door I went. And then I came back and I did some yoga. Move my body. That's my go-to. Moving my body, moving my spine, moving my shoulders. So many of us are sitting so much lately, right, in front of these screens. So another thing I did today that brought me joy was that my daughter Sabrina, my adult daughter Sabrina, she got a puppy. So I got to take the puppy for a little walk this morning. He is just 11 weeks old and he is so cute, so cute. So it was just what I needed, to take a little puppy for a walk. So It was fun. Everything is so exciting to a 10-week-old puppy, and yet he's also scared of everything. Even going from the street on, from the curb onto the street. It's Labradoodle. I'll share a picture. I'll share a picture soon. So now this family has, together, we have 3 cats and 2 dogs. Obviously, they're not all living here in my space, but as a family. So, and introducing Cosmo, that's his name, to Roxy has gone well. I mean, a little puppy isn't gonna mess with a Pitty, right? A 75-pound pit bull dog. So, but you guys know Roxy. She's the sweetest can be. So she's a sweetie. So that's been my day. That's been my day. And now I had some conversations and today with some clients, and I got to paint. I've been painting a lot over the last 48 hours. That's my stress relief. That's my getting out of my left brain. Just, you can't worry. You can't think too much when you're in your right side of your creativity mind. So I've been doing all kinds of painting. So looks like you guys are doing okay. What? What, Rob? Oh my goodness. Oh, well, isn't there, Sue was telling me there's a firework day in UK right now? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Rob. I'm so sorry, my friend. Well, I'm glad you're here with us. I'm gonna move my chair back. And let's just run our hands down our arms. Hey, Lady Leo, how are you, friend? Let's just start with a little bit of grounding. And in a way that supports you, sometimes reorienting is more helpful than the touching of our bodies. Look around your room, Rob. Can you see any colors or textures around you, my friend? Like I keep telling you, I like red. My hearts are never far. I have red, I have green. What colors do you have, Rob? I know, my friend. So you went into your fight mode today, right? We go into our fight or flight. So doing a little reorienting. Coming back to our body. Noticing what we see, noticing what we hear. I can hear my teenage son in his room. He's watching video. I can hear that. Rob, you're seeing red, okay? Is it you're seeing red because you're upset and outraged, which I understand. Oh my goodness, my hair. I understand you feeling that way, right? And so what sounds do you hear, my friends? What sounds do you hear? I can hear the rain on my window. I can hear the wind and the trees outside. And like I said, I can hear my son in the other room. And what else? What do you smell? I just lit a candle before I sat down so I can smell the candle. It is mango tangerine. Smells nice. Smells nice. And I'm having some warm tea, jasmine tea. Good, Rob. Good, sweet friend. I'm sorry, Sharon, that you have a headache. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. And now I just took a sip of my tea, so now I can taste it. Anybody else snacking on something? Rob, what can you taste? And then what can you feel? What can you feel? Can you feel the texture of your clothing on your arms or your back up against the chair where you're sitting? The red was the color of your football shirt. That's great. And I'm glad to hear. Marmalade, yes, we decided he's used one of his lives, right? You thought he was getting really ill and then he came around. So happy to hear that. And I'm glad you're here, Rob, and that you can hear my sing-songy voice. And there is a reason why I try to speak to us with a tone that goes up and that goes down. And that you sometimes hear me say, I hear you, sweet friend. I hear you, sweet man. I hear you. I feel you. I see you. These are the sounds, and hopefully you can see the smile in my eyes. Yes. And the delight in my eyes when I see your name pop up on the screen. I am just delighted to be here with you, my friends. And my heart sings right here, right now, just getting to be with you all. And this is what we're doing right here, right now. This is self-compassion practice, right? Choosing to be kind with ourselves when things are hard, right? Unfortunately, I don't know what it is with us humans, but when we need our kindness the most, hint, hint, we're talking about kindness today. That's when we are the hardest on ourselves. So today, sweet Rob, yes. And of course, every day, do our best to be kind towards ourselves, not judging or criticizing ourselves or being hard on ourselves. So, yes, EJ, yes. Hand on my heart through an entire conversation. Yes. That makes me happy, EJ. I love it when people come back and report that they try that sometimes. Of course, we all do it differently. So, yes. And I hope it helped. I can't wait to hear about it. Cannot wait to hear about it. Because when we come into this present moment, right? And just choose to be with what is. We don't exaggerate what's going on or what we're feeling, or minimize our thoughts and feelings, right? Just to meet them where they're at. It's like, I'm having some crazy thoughts. Interesting. Or I'm feeling sad, or I'm feeling overwhelmed, or I'm still feeling angry. I'm outraged. Someone wanted to hurt, my family member. Of course, it makes your blood boil. And then choosing, how am I going to respond to that? I'm not going to hurt myself or anybody else. Right? And while we do that, remind ourselves, especially the last few days, I bet I'm not the only person who's feeling this way. I bet there's a few people out there who are feeling the way I'm feeling right now. I know I'm not alone. And all of us humans having these bodies, this is kind of how our feelings show up. So this is part of being human, and this is hard. These are hard feelings. These are hard feelings, so that when we remind ourselves other people have these challenges, other people have these hard feelings, it brings us back to connection. Connecting to our feelings, connecting to our bodies, and connecting to the fact that, yeah, I'm sure there's other people out there having a rough time this week. And we breathe in love and kindness for ourselves. And we breathe out love and kindness for others. Love and kindness for me, and love and kindness for you. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And just to add here, right? I'm hoping I'm modeling for you guys how to talk to yourself, right? How you can be kind and gentle with yourself. And especially the tone, right? Sometimes, of course, the words. What are some of the words that you needed to hear? What are some of the words that you needed to hear? And self-compassion, as we know, as we are working on rewiring our bodies and our minds. Epigenetics, right? We are taking this organism and placing it in a different environment. It's the environment, right, that where we help it to change. So putting in some kindness into this environment, connecting with your body with warmth and kindness, rewires your system. Yes, I hear you, Sue. The words I needed to hear are sometimes the hardest to say to myself. Yep, I hear you. I hear you, Sue. And I know, right? Sometimes it's hard for us to believe them, right? That they are true. But the truth is, the person we long the most to hear it from is from ourselves. And then I'm meaning the part that is longing to hear it is your little girl. It's our inner child who's like, oh, is no one going to tell me I'm good enough? Is no one going to notice me? Is no one going to hear me? I don't know what that means, Rob. Rural juror. This is where my English is lacking. I'm sorry, Rob. But anyways, just a gentle reminder, while this self-compassion practice is life-changing, a little bit of hand on our heart helps us to say hard things, speak up for ourselves. Rural juror, that's what you're saying. You're trying to trip me. That's what you're doing, Rob. Okay, got it. Rural juror. Yes, that is hard to say. So, and now I got you laughing. So I think we're doing all right here. So today, I'm just going to refresh, and if anybody added a comment here in our closed group today, our question, just one simple act of kindness can make a big difference in a person's life. We know it, right? But being kind to yourself makes a huge difference in your life too. To be kind to others, you must learn to be kind to yourself. Start being kind to yourself with the affirmation, I am a kind person. So what was the first thought that came into your head when you heard that affirmation? I am a kind person. So I'm curious, what comes up for you when I say, you are a kind person? And the second question today was, what kind of act does this affirmation inspire you to do for yourself today? Awesome. Lady Leo shared with us. She says, the adult that I'm known knows that statement is factual. Okay, the adult that I am knows that statement is factual. However, the scared 13-year-old is very present currently, and she is anything but kind. The political situation of our country currently has triggered a time in my life where I was directly involved in racial tension. It caused me to do things that weren't so kind. So it only reinforced what I was being told I was mean. As I stated, the adult that I am today knows that I'm a kind person. So I've been very active in gently speaking to that 13-year-old the affirmation I repeat. It's okay to be fearful. You are not in any danger. I hear you. I hear you, Wanda. I hear you, my friend. I hear you, my friend. I am so glad that you are now, right, showing up for that scary, scared 13-year-old. I am so glad to hear that you're doing that, because yes, what was she acting out as? Why? I had a teenager inside of me. She's still there, but she's not the terrorist that she used to be. Meaning, right? She was, I'm going to show them, I don't need anybody, right? hell with these people, right? Da 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 da, right? Always in people's faces. Oh my goodness. I had to hold her. And when she told me all the things that she had done that made her bad, that she could not be kind, I had to sit with her and remind her, hey, sweet girl, I know that you, no matter what you did, you are still kind. We can separate the behavior from the person. I hear you. I hear you, Lady Leo. You are in my thoughts, my friend, and I am sending you so much love. I hear you, my friend. Right? I know you know, over here, we are doing our best to understand, we can never put ourselves or understand exactly what you're going through, but this is hard and heartbreaking. Yeah, I don't really know what to say other than it brings up my outrage, my tears. Thank you, Lady Leo. No, I don't think that that's what he's saying, Lady Leo. I don't think that's what he's saying. So, but we are glad you're here. And I'm so glad that you are, right, connecting with your inner teenager right now. Because I bet it's hard. Yeah. You got her. And we got you. We got you, my friend. So let's see here. Sue shared with us today. Sue P shared with us. My first thought was that I think I am usually reasonably kind to other people, but not to myself. I was told a number of times in the past how hard I was on myself, but it took me a long time to realize it and then to understand why I expected perfection from myself and to see the way I would beat myself up unmercifully when I didn't reach my own impossible standards. I now know that perfection is just not possible, and gradually I am learning to spot the times when I'm being hard on myself. And as many of you know, for some time now, I've often said to myself, I am doing the best I can, and that's good enough. And that is a great deal kinder than I used to be. Yes. Can you guys relate? Right? Anyone told you in the past, you're being way too hard on yourself, right? I used to hear that too, and I would just brush it off because I didn't quite understand it. Until I started my healing journey, that's when I realized, right, that all of those roles, the identities, my thinking about myself, and how I was fitting into this world, a lot of that was very skewed. And I was, just like you said, Sue, unmercifully, fully when, right, I didn't meet up my own standards. I was brutal with myself. Brutal. So thank you, Sue. Just couldn't see it. Yep, exactly. It's one of those things when it's such a big part of you, right? Then you think it's you. And it's so important, right, to start to peel, to kind of tease those things out. Because as we can take one thing and set it aside, wait, that isn't who I am. I just thought it was, but now I know why I think it was. What else? What else have I told myself that I think this is who I am, but it's actually a coping strategy or a story that I made up about myself or a belief I was told or taught, by my family, or my church, or, because of my language or whatever, right? That these are all identities that I took on kind of as a way of belonging, right? I started smoking when I was 12 years old because smoking made me cool. I fit in. And also, I got hooked on it pretty quickly because it was a great way to numb the pain. It worked. It worked. Nicotine is a powerful antidepressant. So, all of those things. So, you're doing a beautiful job, Sue. And the thing is, unless, we are kind to ourselves, and like you said, I am doing the best I can, right? When we keep saying that to ourselves, I am doing the very best that I can, and that has to be enough. That has to be enough. It is enough. That actually creates the opening that we might see something new. Because it's when we keep beating ourselves up and are creating more tension that we can't see anything else because we are just like fighting that tension. We're just doing our best to keep up with that expectation we've put on ourselves. Right? So much of this is how we keep reaffirming some of the old things that we learned about ourselves. Yeah, exactly. Cigarettes are a gateway drug. Yeah. Well, yes, Rob. Yep. And we find what is accepted in our, in our families. Like I grew up, everybody smoked around me. So it was an approved way to numb my pain. And I grew up also with drinking because everybody was drinking around me. That's acceptable. They're not going to understand that my drinking is to numb my pain from my childhood. I'm just drinking because everybody else is drinking, right? So it's like, so what else are we doing that we've picked up because it was an acceptable way of coping? Yep. And it's interesting. I was just talking about this a little while ago, that the hardest part about giving up smoking was the social component, because the people that it was a habit of something that I did when I, hung out with my friends. Of course, when I was smoking a lot, I would do it on my own too. But the hardest part about giving it up is the social aspect. Can you guys relate? I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one there. Only smoke socially, says EJ. Yep. Yep. I get it. I get it. Yep. And the same thing, right? With so many other things that are socially approved. We belong, you know, when we fall in line. So, yeah, that could be a whole nother group chat. So that's where Gaber Mate, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name, but I love all of his thinking and writing and speaking about really the only reason, right, we are all suffering is because we are desperate for connection, meaningful connection. So, hey, Elizabeth, we're glad you're here. Glad you're here. You're never late. We're just glad you're here, my friend. How are you? How are you? So thank you, Sue P, for sharing. And I want to celebrate you. I want to celebrate you. And that goes for all of you, right? That to be kind towards ourselves, that is a radical act and a huge win. A huge win. Yes, Rob, thank you, right? In a world where we are being sold from the minute we're up, from the time we go to bed, all the ways that we are impossible or not good enough or this, that, or the other, that there's something inherently wrong with us. For us to fight hard on figuring out the truth of who we are is a radical act. So awesome, Elizabeth, working, enjoying some social time. Good for you. Good for you, my friend. So glad to hear it. So EJ, I see you snuck in a quick comment. Can I share? Can I share your comment? Nah, okay. All right. All right, my friend. I won't. It's okay. It's okay. That's right. Consumerism is a replacement for connection. Yeah. Yeah. So many of the answers, right, that we're looking for are out. We're looking for them out there, but they're actually in here. And they're like knocking pretty hard, trying to get our attention. And for a while, I don't know about you, but I was like, la 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 la, I can't hear, la la la. But as we know, slowly but surely, we are coming back home to our bodies, to recognize our feelings, just so we can let them out, so we can make space for something new, something lighter, much lighter than the weight of guilt and shame and secrets and anger and hurt and resentment. Right? So Just like my hair here, we're gonna pull those feelings out, like one thin piece at a time. Okay. We're gonna pull that one out. Okay. And then they get a little tangled up sometimes. And then we're like, I thought I already got this knot out. These feelings. Here they are. Back again. Hey, Tracy. Hey, friend. Good question. EJ, how can you unravel one at a time? Any thoughts about that here? Anybody? Well, here's the thing, my friends. Most of our feelings, right, are underneath a lot of different thoughts that we have about ourselves. But underneath those hard feelings, yep, being patient with yourself is usually underneath it are some core beliefs, right? And so what usually feeds our feelings are some toxic, negative beliefs about ourselves. And so once we understand what's driving the feeling, I hear you, EJ, but that's the thing. When you pull one out, often, right, there's another one hooked to it at the end. And then it actually is all connected. It is all connected, my friend. And, you know, I often talk about the haystack, right? You just got to pull one out. Okay, this is this feeling. Yep, one at a time. Because it's all practice. Because then maybe if you get it again, then you're like, hey, I remember this one from last time. Last time I cried buckets over this one. And I get it, of course. That was painful. That was really, you know, I had a good reason for that feeling, for that cry. We can do that too, EJ. We can do that too. See that smoke go up? That we release a lot of outrage that way. Gonna transform that energy, transmute it. So it's good to write stuff out and throw it in the fire, definitely. And that's often the first step. If we are uncomfortable with our tears, with our anger, with our speaking up, the hurt, then sometimes writing it down and burning it is a good practice, is a good exercise. There you go. There you go, Tracy. From those ashes. From those ashes. All right, EJ. Well, maybe you can take, I'm a fan of sticky notes, right? Write as many as you can. And then you take it and fold it up or rip it in as many pieces, like, right? I'm angry because, and yeah, and this, and this, and this, and this, and I am pissed at this person, and this person, and this person, and this person. I am never going to forgive this person, or this person, or this person. I'm never going to forgive what happened here, here, and here, and here, here, and this hurt, and this sucked, and this. It feels so good. It's the truth. All that happened happened. So, yes, write it down, tear it apart, or light it on fire. But yes, one of those, each time we let one out, it clears an opening, a space for something new. So one little tiny at a time. And then after a while, you can see how they're connected. And, healing isn't a straight shoot, right? One step after another. It's more like a spiral. We will maybe take the edge off of something, an issue or a challenge or a feeling, and feel, okay, I've resolved that. And then maybe a few months, even years can go by, and all of a sudden, whoa, that's back. And you're like, I thought I already dealt with that. But you're just taking it deeper. You're going into a deeper level. So one strand at a time until you are bald. Yep. Or if you want to borrow some of mine, I can't keep up. It grows fast. This hair. Happy to share. If you want me to cut you some, send you some, you can pull out of a bag, one feeling at a time. So was that helpful, Tracy? Was that helpful? Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. And I agree, Lady Leo, being patient. And sometimes, right, dealing with feelings because they're coming from our inner child, then it sometimes feels like I'm training a puppy, right? It's like this little girl, she needed to hear that she was good, right? Her whole childhood, but she never heard it. So she may be bringing that to me today for a long time, and she did, right? It's like, are you sure you love me? Yes, I love you, baby girl. Are you sure? Remember I did that bad thing? No, I still love you. Remember this bad thing we did? No, I love you. You are loved. I love you. No one is going to hurt you ever again. And no matter what you do or say, I will never stop loving you. And so, yes, our feelings are a lot like that. We may have to affirm over and over and over again. You are good, sweet one. You always were. And I'm deeply sorry that no one told you. So sorry. And I'm sorry it took me so long to come here and to tell you that I hear you now, I see you now, I feel you. And of course, I want you to bring me all the doubt. I want you to bring me all your fear because I can handle it. You don't have to keep it alone anymore. I got you, baby girl. I got you. That's a lot of big feelings for a little girl. I'm your parent. I'm your protector today. You do not have to hold on to any of it. Repeat as needed. Repeat as needed. Hey, EJ. Sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. I hear you. I see you, I feel you. You are not alone. You are not alone. We got you. And no matter what your inner child thinks, we are here. We are not turning away from you. We are here with you. And when the feelings are big, sometimes we recognize, I need someone to help me co-regulate this feeling. This feeling is big, and I need another human to hold the space for me while I let myself have this breakdown, this meltdown, this tantrum. Because in these big bodies, when we're having tantrums that our 8-year-old or 6-year-old or 4-year-old wanted to have, it doesn't always look fun or pretty. But when we have someone that holds that safe space for us, when we can cry out the hurt and the sadness. That's right, Rob. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So please be gentle with yourselves, my friend. And here is the truth. All humans, even the ones that we don't see eye to eye with, all humans have the capacity to be compassionate and kind. Right? All humans. The same way our nervous system is hardwired to protect ourselves, to go into fight, flight, or freeze, so is our nervous system hardwired to go into connection and compassion and community when we connect to our hearts. When we find the peace in our bodies, we can see ourselves in other people. And we can become curious about what's going on for other people without judgment. Just like wondering, just the wondering. With that, sweet friends, I'm gonna wrap it up 5 minutes earlier than our usual time. I have another call later, so a little break in between my calls this evening. But I'm so glad to be here with you all. You guys, this community nurtures and nourishes my heart and my soul and my being. Just love and adore each and every one of you, and I'm so grateful for how you show up so authentically, loving and caring and supporting each other. You're welcome, Sue. You're welcome, Tracy. You're welcome, guys. Welcome, Rob. So please be gentle with yourselves. Do something kind for yourself this weekend. Be gentle with yourselves, my friends. So thank you, thank you, thank you, beautiful souls. And again, if this supported you in any way, please, give me a little thumbs up here on YouTube. It helps me to reach more people, and I am eternally grateful for that support. And until next time, I will be back here on Tuesday. All right, friends, take good care. Bye now. Wait, I did grab a card. Sorry. I just saw it. I'm holding it up. One day she woke up and decided to simplify. I think that's a good message for us right now. So, all right, friends. Okay, Rob, keep us posted. Bye, guys.